Tyler Daniels, I have never liked reality television, but Managed at First Sight as a show has a lot to answer for.
It's delivered a lot, Sean. It's answered all the questions.
What the heck is he? Some sort of fluorescent gargoyle goblin fruit salad vomit man?
It kind of looks like he's a leftover from the tour down under. But it looks like he's got the pajama version. I don't know what it is, Sean. I think it's off maybe some site off the dark web, some sort of specialty site. But I love it. I think it's amazing.
I think that's what happens when a test pattern throws up.
I'm trying to work out what's more colourful, Stephen Miller's flag or Jimmy C's outfit.
Hey, don't respect a flag of a country. Come on, show some class, Tyler Daniels.
I would love Jimmy C to be his own country and that to be his flag.
If he's his own country, can we annex it and never have anything to do with it ever again?
The problem is, if he's his own country, he's also the dictator, president, you name it.
Well, you got one syllable of that right.
Oh. I tell you who's not happy here, Sean. That's the skyscraper, Kurt Barron.
Yeah, could you see what was written on his armbands?
Something about Steve Miller. I didn't quite catch the whole thing of it.
If I told you it had 4 letters and we can't say it on this broadcast, would that clear it up for you?
Jimmy's 5 letters.
Jimmy C will apparently be at ringside following the successful management ceremony at Steve Miller's personal training studio, which I was unfortunately a witness to just recently.
Well,
you can check out those videos on YouTube along with all of RCW's other YouTube content.
That's an interesting start. Kurt Barron is not happy and Stephen Miller does not care. They just went slap for slap.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Part of the reason that Miller decided to take Jimmy on is to get some inside information on the skyscraper. And why wouldn't you? You need inside information on a giant like that. So you need every advantage you can get.
So talk me through this, Sean. I believe at the last house show that we had, the live event, both Kurt Barron and Steve Miller had some problems.
That's right. They were a tag team, and Kurt decided to walk away. It was a bad situation for him, and he took a powder, went straight to the back, left Miller alone.
Do you think that had anything to do with Miller's choice to employ the services of one Jimmy C?
To be fair to Steve Miller, Jimmy C stalked Steve Miller for several weeks under the guise of a reality show, the lawsuit about which is pending, I can tell you. And now we're here. Miller's tried to turn it to his own advantage. I don't know whether he's given himself an actual advantage or whether he's just managed to make Barron even angrier. The sight of Jimmy C on the sideline seems to be incensing the skyscraper.
Is that going to affect the concentration of the skyscraper?
Doesn't seem to be so far. It seems to be laser focusing his anger.
Well, I just want you to think about all the times Jimmy C did all his devious acts for the skyscraper and how that helped him. How is he going to go now that he's potentially got that happening against him?
I wonder whether he's thought of that. You're right.
Well, Jimmy C is Jimmy C for a reason. Like him or hate him, he has made a huge impact on his time at Riot City.
That cannot be denied. Impact much larger than his body and much smaller than his ego. There we go, Miller cutting the big man down to size. Good combination of kicks there. Oh, wait. And I suppose you loved that.
Clever move. Use whatever's at your disposal, Sean, including the referee. Oh, Stephen Miller flew 3/4 of the way across the ring there, Sean.
I think we just opened a new chapter of South Africa Airlines. Just a 2 count.
Kurt Barron was just taking him from the penthouse to the basement, that's all. That's what skyscrapers do, Sean.
Absolutely. Oh, look out. The force on that elbow drop. We have big men, we have goddamn giants, and we have a skyscraper. You do not want to mess with the upper echelon of Riot City.
The other side to that, people don't appreciate and understand.
Look at that.
See, this is what I talked about, Sean.
Well, clearly Jimmy was just checking his shoes.
You're sticking up for Jimmy C.
Oh, God, what have I become?
I'm not disagreeing, Sean.
Jimmy, get out of the ring. That's not the place for you anymore. Not that it ever was. Neither of these two men are what you call adherents to the rules. Okay, no, that was blatant, Jimmy.
Well, they may have only had a very short time together, but clearly Stephen Miller and Jimmy C are already starting to work very well. Kurt Barron caught with a handful of tights there, Sean.
I'm very glad that senior referee Michael Kent is the one refereeing this match, because there is more shenanigans than there are sleeper holds.
Well, you know, old habits die hard clearly for Kurt Barron.
Oh, look out.
Missed that big, huge skyscraper lariat, but caught with a second kick.
It's not going to be enough to keep the skyscraper down.
You are going to have to hit him with everything, Sean. You need a wrecking ball to knock down a skyscraper.
Several wrecking balls. But you know what could drop him? Cover. That patented blood diamond of Steve Miller's. That's a devastating move.
Well, if he can hit it, because can he put it on a guy this big?
He's going to have to lift a skyscraper and bring it down.
That's my point. That's a big man to use. I was going to say before, we talk about the size of Kurt Barron. What we're going to talk about is the speed, the quickness, and how he can use that size as his advantage. He's not a lumbering big guy. He's a quick big guy.
Kurt Barron is my pick for a future first ballot Hall of Famer, multi-time RCW champion. There is no downside to this giant of a man, except his attitude.
Sean, don't get carried away. He's not that good.
What is going on? Jimmy C, what are you doing?
He's trying to help Michael Kent. Apparently one of the turnbuckles has come off, and he's helping Michael Kent to put it back on.
I think you just got your wrecking ball, Tyler.
Well,
oh!
Possibly a pair of them, Sean.
I did say it would take more than one.
And a stamp on the foot.
This is just degenerated. Oh, an eye poke. Come on. I was going to say a fight has just broken out in the middle of this wrestling match, but it seems to be a bit of a slap fight.
It looks like we've just got a couple of piles of rubble right now, Sean. Jimmy trying to do his best to get some enthusiasm, some motivation working for his man, Stephen Miller.
Still feels so weird to hear someone say that.
Well, Jimmy C looking for motivation.
Jimmy C going with Steve Miller, and I was there to see it.
I believe you signed as the witness to the whole ceremony.
I signed nothing.
Well, you say that, Sean. We'll have to rewatch that episode of Managed at First Sight, I think.
Big shots there from the South African. Oh no, that's the wrong thing to do, Kurt. You do not chop a South African in the chest. Massive insult to their people. Oh God.
That is a huge slam there, Sean. Huge power slam. This could be it. Oh.
There is no call for that, Kurt Barron. Come on.
Kurt was asking if that was just a one count. He wasn't sure. He's clearly just clarifying.
Just give me those sunglasses for a minute. I think I need to clean them off for you so you can actually see properly.
I'll tell you what, these sunglasses do help, Sean.
Yeah?
I can barely see your face.
You know, you're welcome to leave the commentary booth any time.
Or get more tinted sunglasses.
Miller suffering further injury to that already injured, let's call it, groin area.
Lower abdomen. Oh, catches the boot there.
Oh, no!
I hate to say it, Sean, these two have gone move for move, hold for hold. Not traditional wrestling moves and holds, but they are absolutely neck and neck here.
This all started with a tag team gone wrong, but there's still clearly some meeting of the minds here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and your winner, and advancing the Strength Cup, senior referee Michael Kent.
I'd vote for it.
Jimmy C now in, remonstrating very heavily. Oh, he's pushed referee Michael Kent.
Yes! Jimmy C
has been ejected. Yes, he has. Oh, I don't agree with that, Sean. There's no need to put your hands on Jimmy C.
Jimmy C has been ejected from the ringside area. Look out!
There's that huge skyscraper lariat we talked about. There's the cover. 2, 3, it's all over.
Your winner and advancing in the Strength Cup tournament, Kurt Barron. What started as a tag team gone wrong ended in one hellacious match, Tyler Daniels.
It certainly did, and it just goes to show that regardless of who he's backing, Jimmy C always has an impact.
Yeah, but I don't think that was quite the impact that Steve Miller was hoping for when he got managed at first sight.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. And, oh, look out.
Wait a minute.
Look out. The first time Kurt Barron's actually... just a stare down, Sean. I guess you can do that when you win. You can afford to let bygones be bygones.
Yes, and also, let's be honest, Jimmy is well beneath him in stature. But what does this mean, and I don't believe I'm about to say this, for managed at first sight?
Maybe it's just managed at the first show.
You got to wonder whether they're going to be able to pull it together after this.
Could we see an annulment?
Oh, I'll sign that.
Oh. Doesn't look like Jimmy said. Are we going to see a continuation here, Sean, of managed at first sight, perhaps?